All right, guys, so in this video, I'm going to answer another question that came in from a subscriber. Lenny, you're asking about tracking effectively, and then I asked if you could be more specific, and you're asking basically if we can, how to track the conversion sources on Facebook when you're running, Facebook ads. And you're asking if it's just a matter of using UTMs or if I have some other tricks in my toolbox. And here's the deal. I do have some other tricks up my sleeve. Now, I kind of have to preface this with there are a million tools out there that you can use, including, UTM codes and things like that and fancy, tracking in these, back-end systems. But the problem that I have when I'm running ads for clients and even working with clients, and one of the biggest problems my clients have, is nothing really adds up 100%. And that's just the nature of tracking in my experience, right? Nothing's going to track perfectly. If Facebook says you have 10 sales, your shopping cart might say you have 13 sales or 14 sales. And there's many reasons for that. I'm not going to go into that in this video. But I do want to tell you a story of a client of mine and what I suggested they do. And they never did it, but I wish they would have because I think it would have solved their problem. So I come from like old school internet marketing, 2001. I've been doing this a long time. And back in the day, we sort of had to figure stuff out, right? There weren't all these tools. So we sort of had to Frankenstein systems together and use all sorts of things just to make sure our data lined up in terms of like conversions. So what I recommended to this client, because here's what was happening. We were tracking the first sale. All right. So sale would come through Facebook. Facebook would say, we got 10 sales today. And their shopping cart would say, for the sake of this conversation, 10 sales. But then the ROAS might have been only 1.1. Well, we needed to know the lifetime value. And they wouldn't just give me a straight answer and say, okay, yeah, our lifetime value of all of our customers over the past year was X. They didn't want to measure that number. They didn't want to just look overall because they have sales coming in from affiliates and, all sorts of different places. They wanted to know what the ROAS was for actual Facebook, the customers that were coming in through Facebook. So I suggested to them, I said, hey, look, why don't you set up product SKUs specific to Facebook and specific to that funnel? So the customer would come through, instead of the SKU being, 001, it would be 001-FB. And then the first upsell would be, upsell 1-FB or whatever it is in the shopping cart system. Because that way we could have gone back at the end of 30 days and added up all of the products in the funnel and said, okay, so Facebook's saying we got a 1.1 ROAS, but we really got, a 2.0 because we were effectively able to track the entire upsell sequence. So that's, again, not something that, maybe a lot of people do, but I'm kind of old school, and these guys were it was really frustrating to get them to, they couldn't get data for me. There was nobody at the company that could get data, and it was really frustrating. So that was my suggestion, and it may be something you want to try. Whether you're using, ClickFunnels, maybe you just set up a specific funnel for, Facebook ads or Instagram or, Google traffic, whatever. But that seemed to work. I mean, I've done it for my own personal stuff, so I know it works effectively because I like to know exactly what's going on. If I'm spending X amount on ads, I want to know what that lifetime value of that customer is going to be. It's the most important number, aside from, the average order value. So let me know if this is helpful. And if anyone's watching this and you guys have a different solution that works perfectly for you, because again, Lenny, I don't know if you're asking for perfection, but I'm just kind of sharing from my point of view. I like to know exactly what I'm earning from each customer all the way through, the back end. And then if you could even track it further where like you could tag them on your back end. So then when they buy something from like an email campaign, you can even track that way as well. You're like, all right, so like after 6 months, this Facebook customer was really worth, X. So there'd be a lot of segmenting going on. And again, I'm not an expert at like email segmenting and things like that. I know there's a lot of different systems out there. But so quick and dirty, set up a funnel specific for Facebook and or just a product SKU that's, again, specific to the ads that you're running on Facebook. So let me know if this is helpful. And if anyone else out there is doing something different that's quicker and easier, just chime in with a comment and, we can help Lenny out. All right. See you guys.